Trick or treat, football fans. Tonight is our 12th show this season on the 1st and 10 as we keep on rolling. 2 weeks from the moment, we'll have the first round of the playoffs in the books. In the meantime, area teams are doing their best to punch their ticket. No worries for the Pottsboro Cardinals. They've already clinched. They have a bird's eye view of a much bigger prize, a district title. The club has won 21 district games in a row, but to win their 4th straight, they'll have to extend that streak to 22 tonight. 4th straight district title, that is. Check out the student section tonight as they take on state-ranked and undefeated Pilot Point. The winner gets the 5-3A D1 crown. Early first quarter, Travis Garrett III heaves one up to the end zone, but Zane Pritchett's there to pick him off, and it is Cardinal ball. That offensive drive would end in a field goal. Later in the first, still 3-0 Pottsboro. Garrett III handed off to DeCoven Bailey, and check out Big 3-3, breaking all sorts of tackles and finally juking his way into the Cardinal territory deep. He's gone for the 73 yards and a Bearcat touchdown. Extra point is good, making it 7-3. Late in the second quarter, Pilot Point driving later. TG3 launching one to Matthew Greenwood. He makes the catch, but here comes Zane Pritchett stripping the ball out of there. And here he goes heading toward the other end zone. He'd later be tackled out of bounds. That drive would also end in a field goal. Pilot Point would lead 7-6 at half, but Pottsboro turns on the Jets in the second and gets the win 22-7. KTEN's Jessica Morey now joins us there live with more.
Thanks, Chase. Well, this was the place to be tonight. Jim Henderson Memorial Stadium as the Pottsboro Cardinals hand Pilot Point their first loss of the season, 22-7, and with that, they win their 4th straight district title. I am joined by the MVP of this game, junior quarterback Zane Pritchett. Zane, you had 2 touchdowns, 2 fumble recoveries, an interception, and almost 300 yards rushing. How did you do it?
Well, first, I give all the glory to God. And then second, the O-line did a heck of a job tonight. You know, we can't do anything without them out there. The receivers did a great job blocking. Thaddeus did an awesome job blocking, too. So it's all team effort. So.
And how did it feel knowing, with about 2 minutes left in the game after you scored that, 60-yard touchdown, that you guys had secured that district title?
Well, we knew we still had to play defense, but definitely it was a really good feeling to go out there and get a secure lead. We knew we had to play defense, and we stayed mentally tough, and we pushed through.
And now Pilot Point, they're known to put up a lot of points on offense. Your defense held them to just 7 points. How does that feel now? You got 1 game left in the regular season, but then looking ahead to playoffs, how does that feel for you guys?
It feels pretty good. Knowing that we can stop a team like that definitely prepares us for the playoffs in Whitesboro. Whitesboro's got a good offense too, but definitely stopping this offense was a good win for us.
Well, congratulations, Zane. Congratulations on that district title and 22 district wins in a row for this Pottsboro team. Now, these fans behind me have been kind of quiet, but I got a question for them. This is the second, which district title is this for you guys? Pottsboro Cardinals win their 4th district title in a row, 22-7, with the win over Pilot Point. Reporting live in Pottsboro, Jessica Morey, KTEN Sports.
4 right here, too. Sherman and Denison still not mathematically eliminated from postseason play. The chances are slim, but no matter what to stay alive, they'd have to get a win tonight. Sherman hosting McKinney North tonight, honoring the 1964 champion Frederick Douglass team on the 50th anniversary of their state crown. Down 14-6 with time winding down in the half. Malik Owens fielding the kickoff deep in Bearcat territory. He actually has some room. Good blocking and good return from him, but they let the clock expire into the half. Trayson Jones would do a great job tonight. The big back following his blocks and taking it up the middle for a big gain. He'd later get pulled down from behind, but the Bearcats would be set up nicely. That drive would eventually end. Hey, happy birthday, Jason Wright, had to say that. That drive ending in a field goal here. It would be good. Sherman would lose, though, 21-16. Senior night at Munson Stadium. The Jackets wrapping up their home schedule in a must-win against Wiley East. Denison, they're driving in the first quarter. Devin Blanton to Steven Wagner on the sweep, but Wagner loses the handle on the ball. Corenzo Credit picks it up, and he is gone. Credit getting all the credit for the fumble recovery and the touchdown. 7-0 after a made extra point. The Raiders would add to that lead here, this time on offense. Eno Benjamin getting the handoff, and he is in for the Raider touchdown, making it 14-0 visitors. And Denison, they need to get on the board and quick. Devin Blanton finding Steven Wagner once again. Wagner, he's racing his way up the sideline, breaking a tackle there and getting all the way into the end zone. Oh, no, he'd get down at the 10-yard line. Excuse me. Great play there from Wagner. Later, the Yellow Jackets trying to cash in on this drive. It's Blanton dropping back, finding freshman Hunter Watson. That dude's sensational. That score, though, would be called back. They would later connect, though, before the half, but they'd go on to trail late, 35-21. Still ahead on our Halloween edition of the 1st and 10. I know you're scared. The Lone Grove Longhorns trying to lock up their first district title in program history, and the Ada Cougars on a 7-game winning streak and looking to extend that to 8 tonight against Tecumseh.
You're watching the 1st and 10 on KTEN!
The last time the Lone Grove Longhorns would win a district title would be never. No better night to change that than on Halloween 2014. First step to taking 3A4, beating Marlowe second. We'll find out here in a little bit. Marlowe's Braden Odell taking snaps for them tonight, and he will look to pass and play action going to Logan Loss, but instead he finds O'Shea Harris. Big pick there from Harris, and that gets the Longhorns all fired up, and they'd be ready to get some points here. Give it to your bell cow. Jeremy Lewis, we call him Catch 22 around here. He's up the far sideline and in for 6. Home team, they're on top, and they later get the ball again and be ready to start scoring some more. Garrett Lemons, the quarterback's been doing a great job this year, and he's going to find his man Reagan Kane. Lone Grove with the big win, 21-7, part 2. Right here for the Horns. Plainview and Sulphur battling in Murray County. With a Plainview win, the title goes to Lone Grove. Second quarter action, Bulldogs with the ball after a turnover on downs. Cole Palmers gets this pass tipped, and Cole Boren gets the pick for Plainview. The Indians would take advantage of that on D here, or their own, Kobe Brewster connecting with Stephen Brewer on a slant over the middle. Plainview up 12-7, 2-point conversion, no good. Last chance for Sulphur before the half. Palmer rolling right, floating it up for Nick Magruder. It falls harmlessly onto the turf. Plainview with a late lead, so Lone Grove not officially locking it up, but they are close. The Ardmore Tigers' dreams of being 14-0 are over. Their dreams of winning a state championship, though, are not. And last week they would suffer heartbreak in Altus, but good news for them, they can still capture a 5A1 crown if they can win out. Both of those games also conveniently at Noble Stadium tonight, hosting a struggling Northwest Classen club. Here come the Tigers on the rushing attack. It's Kobe Pickens, a sophomore, getting work, taking this one up the near sideline. That's good for a big home team pickup. That dude a big part of their future, and he'd prove it tonight why. They'd be ready to punch it in a couple plays later as Doug Wendell gets the call to Anthony Kimmons. As he gets this one in, you just see how deep this Ardmore team is. He's just a sophomore as well. Great touchdown. This would be all about Classen that they would get tonight. Here's a big pickup for them, but Ardmore goes on to throttle Classen tonight, 75-20. They are now 8-1 on the season. The Durant Lions have one of the toughest schedules in Class 5A. Nothing easy coming for them tonight as they host Noble on senior night. First quarter, Dakota Finley hands it off to Jacob Bradford. Bradford gets a couple yards, but it's brought down by several of the Noble Bears D. A few plays later, Finley dropping back. He gets sacked by that Bears defense. It looked like the monsters on the midway coming down from Noble. The Durant Lions would end up with a field goal, putting them up 3-0, but they'd go on to lose this one 20-3. Still ahead, we're heading to Gunner, where the Tigers take on S&S in a grudge match from last year's Thriller and Sadler. Plus, the Bells Panthers are taking their 4-game winning streak into Trenton. They're hoping to escape with the 5th win in a row.
You're watching the 1st and 10 on KTEN!
S&S and Gunners rivalry would reach an all-time high this time last year as the two programs would battle for district supremacy. It would be the Rams picking up the win en route to their perfect regular season tonight. Gunner out for revenge. Senior night at GHS, the Tigers wearing orange ribbons for senior Derek Hall, who was diagnosed with AML recently. Our prayers are with you, Derek. Toward the end of the first, the Rams driving. Ty Lawler to Ben Franklin. No, he wasn't a president, but he is on the $100 bill. First down for Franklin. And we take it to the second quarter, same drive. Another pass play from Lawler, this time finding Drew Dutton. And the senior gets the Rams on the board, a made PAT, making it 7-0. Gunner taking over, though, and ready for some offense. Sweet play to Seth Brewer, and check out their senior, getting blocks out front and taking this one all the way down to the goal line. Why not let him finish it off? It's Brewer taking flight, and he is in. Gunner, you guys win again. Never ceasing to amaze me. 35-7. The Howell Bulldogs will likely make the playoffs as their third in district heading into the night. They take on White. Here's Joaquin Lopez. He tosses one up deep as he tries to find someone open after a scramble, but it goes through the mascot's hands. Almost picked there. Good play there, mascot. Nice tie as well. This time they'd later go back to the ground. It's Joaquin Lopez handing this time to Anthony Hawthorne, and he pushes the pile into the end zone to make it 28-0. Good stuff from Hawthorne. Zach Hudson's defense would step up later. Kendall Shaw tries to go to Jacob Pleasant. The ball, though, is knocked loose and picked up by Michael Kerr. How a big shutout win tonight, 38-0. The Bells Panthers have been a pleasant surprise this season. They've already clinched playoffs for the first time in 4 years. Now they're trying to win their first district title since '96. Derek Ponder in some trouble here. He'd get brought down by the Tiger D, led by Patrick Cook, and that would make it 4th and long, but that wouldn't phase the Ponder. Oh, here is Ponder looking for an open receiver. It's Ethan Sanford. He gets a huge first down pickup. Great stuff from Sanford going out of bounds. And how about more from him? I know I've accidentally said Stanford before, and I am so sorry, Ethan. You are the man, and here's a big touchdown for you. Sanford all the way up, cutting backfield and into the end zone. Bells, congrats on your 5th win in a row, 56-27. The Ada Cougars are once again dominant. Their only loss coming in week 1 to Ardmore, and since they've won 7 straight, and they now sit firmly at number 3 in Class 4A. Their quest for a gold ball, number 20 in 2014, continues tonight on their home turf. They beat senior night at Norris Field, 28 Cougs. They're not playing their last game there. They hope to host a couple playoff games. In early first quarter action, Corey Kilby on 3rd down hits his man Gabriel Simmons. Give him a fresh set of downs, and the Cougs are trying to put 7 on the board to cap off the drive, and they would do just that. Here's Tecumseh, though, with a promising response, but it would end on this play. Gus Hull throwing the screen to the senior Justin Pruitt. He gets a first down, the ball's out, and Levi Grimes is there for the Ada recovery. And here they are in the red zone again. It's Kilby, play action boot to the flat. That's where he finds fellow senior Garrett Bean. Great stuff from the seniors. They go up 14-0 there and roll, 41-0. The Caddo Bruins still hard at work in 8-man ball. Tonight they'd host Porham at Bruin Field in the first quarter. Caddo up 12-0, but Darren Bowman, he gets in for Porham as the Panthers get some points on the board. They'd go for the 2-point conversion, but the Bruins D saying, not so fast. They stuff them at the goal line, but a couple drives later, the Panthers would start driving again. Quarterback Tristan Mann, he's the man, handing off to Darren Bowman. He'll take this one all the way in, but Caddo pulling off the win tonight. Great job, Bruins, 54-14. Stick around because we're not yet done. When we come back, we're heading back out to the Nest, a.k.a. Henderson Memorial Stadium, for a full recap from Pottsboro. There's some more Caddo for you. Lots of big winners tonight all across the area as we've reached week 9 in Oklahoma, week 10 in Texas, meaning next week. That's it. The Kingston Redskins, I know we didn't have you in our highlights tonight, but that's because you were off. Next week is your biggest game, maybe in program history outside of that state championship from years past, as you will take on the Davis Wolves next week for a district title. That game will be one that we'll have on our radar for sure. Also, a big win tonight for the Lone Grove Longhorns as they beat Marlow for district supremacy, but they still need a little help from Plainview as they're still leading on Sulphur right now as that game is almost over. But the big win south of the Red River going to the Pottsboro Cardinals. These guys have been tearing it up all season long, haven't lost in a very long time, and they wouldn't tonight, handing Pilot Point their first loss of the season and locking down their 4th straight district title. That's where we find KTEN's Jessica Morey, who's been camping out there all night long, and she'll give us a recap from Jim Henderson Memorial Stadium. Jessica.
Thanks, Chase. Well, this was a great game to be at tonight. The Pottsboro Cardinals getting the win over Pilot Point 22-7. With that win, the Pottsboro Cardinals move to 8-1 on the season, 4-0 in district play, and they secure their fourth district title in a row, taking home the 5-3A Division I title tonight with the win. The MVP of this game, Zane Pritchett, the junior. What a game from him. 2 touchdowns, 2 fumble recoveries, including a huge one in the fourth quarter, and then an interception to start the game out. He also had almost 300 yards on the ground rushing. This kid is unreal. Played so well. The defense also played lights out for the Cardinals. Cardinals now have won 22 straight district games and are 17-1 at home here at Jim Henderson Memorial Stadium. So this is great for the Pottsboro Cardinals as they get the win over Pilot Point tonight, 22-7. It's cold out here. I'm ready to be back in the station. It's freezing out here on this Halloween night. So I'm going to send it back to you, Chase. Pottsboro wins its 4th straight district title tonight. Reporting live in Pottsboro, Jessica Maury, KTEN Sports.
All right, another note, Sherman and Denison both losing tonight, so they were eliminated from postseason contention. Thanks again for joining us tonight. We'll leave you with a FentonFamilyofArdmore.com scoreboard.